What's up, Ninja Clan members? And so today, of course, JD here, the Tech Ninja, and so last week I got my new XFX 6700 XT, and I'm still in the process of finishing up the benchmarks for that. But to be honest, I wasn't really happy with the results, and my junction temperatures were pretty high, and I was having a hard time finding some data on if it was too high. Like they said, the threshold is this, and I was sitting at this, and I'm like, well, where is the danger zone, or do I have a defective cooler? And I couldn't really get any good information on that, so I went ahead and I found a really good deal on this Sapphire Pulse 6800, and this was the card I originally wanted anyway. And so when I found a really good deal, I just jumped on it, and so I thought we'd go ahead and break this bad boy open, and then I'll just put it in my PC. I'm not going to show you guys how to put in a video card again, and then I'm going to give you the benchmark results. I'm going to add this in so you can see my 5600 XT, which is a Sapphire Pulse, and then the XFX 6700 XT, and then the 6800, so I can kind of give you a gauge of that. There are a lot of YouTube videos out there that are already showing those, and they do a lot of benchmarks, and I think like Gamers Nexus and all those guys, J2 those guys do a plethora of benchmarks, and like this and everybody else. I'm going to only show benchmarks of things that I actually kind of use. Like I have a benchmark, I know Shadow of War is a little bit older, but it's a game I play, and it's a game I play on my PC. I play Gears of War, I play Gears Tactics, so I'm going to show those benchmarks mostly with this type of stuff. That way, it's actual games that, you know, maybe you guys care about versus just having random benchmarks of stuff that, you know, most of us maybe don't care about. This card is, of course, the 16 gig version, and the last one I had was the 12 gig version. So the 16 gig, and other than that, I think the majority of it's the same. It's still a 3-cooler design, still in the 3 nanometer or the 7 nanometer process, still GDR6 memory, still DirectX 12, still the RDNA 2 architecture. I haven't done a whole lot of the ray tracing. I could not find a 3070 or a 3070 Ti forever, and it just so happened that after I purchased this and it was already en route to be delivered, I finally bumped into a 3070 at Best Buy. I was like, man, do I spend the money on it? Lo and behold, I got this for $399, and I had a $20 discount, so I actually got it for $379. And the 6700 XT that I got for $399. So I really couldn't justify jumping up to almost $600 for the 3070. So I'm going to stick with this. Also, I have Ryzen 5900X CPU, so then the GPU and the CPU can use that smart access memory. I'm thinking that's just the route I want to go, and I've always been kind of a fan of the AMD/ATI architecture. So here we go. I did cut it open earlier, just before the camera started rolling. So the card, let's see, I haven't opened it yet. So just packing, and then we get a little quick installation graphics guide. Nothing crazy. And manufacturer, that's it. So not even like a warranty card. Packing. It's pretty standard, pretty basic. The Sapphire version is the cheaper version. There's also the Nitro. And again, I liked my Sapphire before. I didn't know there was a Nitro the first time until after I had purchased it. So that's it. That's the empty box. So we won't worry about this. Off to the side. All right. Card time. Not taped, nothing, just in there, no big deal. All right, here is the new Sapphire Pulse 6800. This is the non-XT version. I want to keep the wattage down a little bit, as I don't do a lot of high-end gaming. Like I said, I do like Gears 5, which is an older game. I do Gears Tactics. I do like StarCraft 2. Anything that's a little bit more old. All my newer games I pretty much play on the Xbox Series X, and so I wasn't super worried about having like the highest wattage or a 7900 XTX or nothing like that, because it's just not really worth it to me. Looking at it, I like the design. I like the design of the last one. This is a metal back plate, and there's cooling right here. Looks a little thicker than the XFX, but maybe not too much. Still a 3-fan design. And in my previous Sapphire, That came off way easier than the other one. Coming at you. In my previous one, the Sapphire logo lit up. It does not look like this one has any lights on it, which, you know, good or bad, could be. It's up to you if you like that kind of thing. I do like the little bit of RGB. And then I noticed on a bunch of the online reviews, they talked about the ports on the back. Well, I noticed this one only has the HDMI and then 3 display ports. There is no USB-C, and I know in some of them, in the reference card from AMD, there's a USB-C port. I do have an Oculus Quest 2, and I know you can plug in your computer to that to help enhance the graphics and stuff, but my space where my computer is and my space where I play with the Oculus are not in the same room, so it's not really a big deal to me that this doesn't have the USB-C port. But if that is something you're interested in, you know, you might want to check that out or look for that before that happens. Again, metal plate here. There is a BIOS switch right here, so you can switch it from one to the other. So if you somehow mess up a BIOS, you can go back and then get it over. And then the power is here, and I believe on the XFX it was over here. So I'm going to have to come under in versus over and in, but not a big deal there. Looks to be about the same height as the XFX, but I did take the XFX back, so I don't have that right here to compare because I did not want to worry about my 45 days running out. Something I noticed as I was just sitting here, these two fans spin this way, but this one spins the opposite way. Not that that's really a big deal, just thought I'd point it out because I thought it was kind of interesting. That's all I really got for this part of this video. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, and then the rest of the video is going to be the benchmarks of all 3 cards. So this video will be part 2 of my graphics card upgrade, and then you'll get to see what it looks like or what it performs like. My 5600 XT, which is the card I've had from before the pandemic, and then I got the 6700 XT, and now this is the 6800. But like I said, originally, the 6800 is what I wanted the whole time. This is the card that I was hoping to get. They just never were in stock. And like I said, I just happened to come across a really good deal. And I thought, what the heck, why not? It isn't crazy expensive. I got it for under the price I paid for the 67, so I think it's all good. Awesome. Well, stay tuned for the benchmarks. What do we got now? Average is 80, going up about 20. It says GPU bound 100%. So something I'm curious on is, I want to say it was GPU bound at 100% before. Is that always the case? Is it always GPU bound? Or is it just the fact that I'm buying like a middle tier graphics card, trying to run the demo, the benchmark, and it can't keep up? Maybe somebody knows. Comment in the section if you know.
Energy tap nearby. Let's secure it. Fabricator deployed.
Time's up. Enemy reinforcements.
How do we secure the tap? Tap secured.
Your face is paint. Far left.
Only one left. Down so slow. Pathetic.